What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another video. I'm going to preface this by saying I lied in the previous vid about this being a strongman day. Forgot that I'm starting that third video at the end of the week. So we're just going to do squats, legs, and then bench. So I'm going to take you through this workout here using a little bit of a different rack. The one I wanted was taken by somebody over there. But working up here, and sometimes with the different rack you have to make some changes. You may not be able to get in the same position you normally would, but it's good to be versatile and it's good to be in different racks just to accommodate, the different, set ranges and stuff like that. Like each increment of a rack is a little bit different. So sometimes you may be using one you're not accustomed to, and if it throws off your workout, it's probably a bigger issue at hand, but you want to make sure that you're able to squat consistently no matter what, whether it's equipment, gear, gym you're at. You just have to kind of make sure that you're able to maintain all that. And I'm still suffering from some cold-like symptoms, so I'm going to take cuts in between. So if any of these sound like they're not connected, that's probably why. But working up here, pretty standard warm-up sets for me. And you can see there I bumped the rack there, getting used to where I'm putting the bar back when I'm putting it back. Can be something that could be an issue. That's why I always say set the safety spots. Make sure that you're able to be consistent with where you're setting up. Make sure you've got clearance to do the lift you need to do, especially with heavier and heavier weights. Obviously not much of an issue here. I'm used to squatting in a lot of different racks and stuff like that and know how to bail. But always a good skill to have, you never know. And then when in doubt, make sure you ask for a spot or just someone to keep an eye on you. So working up here, sets at 355. And essentially this is coming down from the program, so everything's lighter than usual, and then I'm going to build back up and try to hit a new PR. Try to hit either a rep PR or like a high weight PR. It just doesn't really matter to me. But squats, just thinking back on this workout, because I did squats yesterday, and a future video you'll see, and they did not feel as good as they did on this day, just the way things were moving. And I did make some minor tweaks to perhaps make things a little bit easier for me, but I don't know. It's an ever-changing battle that I'm constantly fighting, but I will never stop squatting. I will keep going. If you do the things that are hard and are difficult for you, you become a better person overall. You become more, you're able to persevere more. You're able to become, take on tasks and things that you may not be prepared for and just kind of learn. And so that's where you can really mold yourself and do stuff like that. So I've tried all different ways to squat. I really like the SSB just because there's a handle on it where I can maintain my torso and uprightness. On the barbell squats, it's just a balance thing for me. I'm just somebody who's had awful balance my whole life, and it kind of manifests when I'm in a position like this. So no issues when deadlifting or anything, so it's actually kind of funny. I feel the most stable when I'm deadlifting. It's almost seamless. Like I don't really think about the lift. When I'm squatting, I'm constantly overthinking, going over cues in my head and trying to make changes and modifications, thinking it's going to be the golden ticket to getting to where I want to be. On the deadlift, I just know I have to get this weight up, and that's kind of my thought process behind all of that. A couple different angles here of the 530, and I originally did a top double and then a singles after. And at the end of this program, a lot of fatigue, things that I normally would hit for reps are a lot heavier, so I'm just kind of going on my way here. And just showing some leg extensions that I'm doing. I tapered away from these because I was getting knee issues. So I'm really emphasizing the not hyperextending the knee and just kind of stopping right below the leg lockout, but maintaining concentration and emphasis on the quad there. So just, I've tried different exercises to hit quads, and they're fatiguing, whether it's like a goblet squat in the past. Sometimes just hitting a straight up leg extension after squatting and deadlifting with various types of weights and rep ranges is just nice to be able to just hit it directly and not think too much about it, get the stimulation, get the activation, and then move on to the rest of the workout. And whatever keeps you consistent and able to get the activation you need without like overtaxing the body, you're going to be able to do more of that exercise and get more activation. So it's perfect. You just have to kind of find the range of motion that works for you there. And back here with the unilateral rows, trying to slow down on these, but when I'm in the movement and I'm feeling it, I really like to just keep going. The pump is nice, and being able to feel that stretch. I am trying to do like a pause when I activate the lat, like right here. And you can kind of see I've got decent lat development for somebody who maybe is not the most strict with lat exercises, but with the muscular development, I've really not had an issue with that. I think that's definitely a body part that I've genetically gifted at, and so when I lean down and cut, I'm curious to see, how much progress I've made over the course of years of lifting. Back on here to our chest day, and I'm still using the football/Swiss bar because my shoulder is still bothering me. Actually, at the time of recording this, it's actually a week later, and I am definitely going to try to bench with the regular barbell today. So I'm hoping that goes well, and you'll see that video. I just kind of messed around with the weight here, just because with the Swiss bar, the balance is off sometimes. Like I can destroy the lower weights, but when it gets heavier, if I'm not gripping it evenly or in the center, there's a balance shift that is annoying sometimes. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back to just the straight barbell, just for longevity's sake. I mean, I still appreciate being able to practice the movement, and ultimately, just it's hard to progress this just because it's not the same strength curve as like a straight barbell, and I kind of miss using the kilos too. So I just kind of worked up to heavier stuff here just to kind of see where I was at. Not really like serious, and if I felt any like sort of resistance, I would just kind of cut the set, do less weight, and just kind of go through the motions just to make sure I could still stimulate those muscle groups. The last thing I hate is when you get injured is just the lack of activation and using that specific type of training. So when you come back, there's like a learning curve to it, and you get crazy sore. There's a massive strength drop off, and you have to build back up, and everything else is progressing in the way it should. And having to, baby this is just really annoying, just a stress you don't need, but it was self-induced, so it's kind of a good learning point just to make sure that I mind my P's and Q's and make sure that I, do what I need to do. Don't do anything stupid. Don't change anything. However I train is how I should perform, and to not overcomplicate things or make last-minute changes that can affect, 2-3 weeks after you've done the lift. So that's kind of what happened here. So it was just like a comedy of errors that led up to it. So I'm happy to be at least finally past it. So I went back to the incline bench just to kind of test out and see how I was feeling, if I could still do it. And, it turned out okay. I didn't go too heavy on this, and it was kind of a welcome experience to kind of like let me know that I can technically go back to the barbell. So just kind of using it as a litmus test to see if there's any sort of like issues or anything like that. So sometimes the exercises you do, if you're feeling tension or stress or any sort of pain, it's like a way to give yourself feedback and let you know something needs to be addressed. So I always preach, full range of motion and everything too, just to make sure that you're not weak in any part of the movement. So I do like to touch my chest on these and kind of go from there. I feel like if you half rep these, you're not getting the stretch in the pec, and dumbbell bench is probably one of the best ways to get muscle hypertrophy in the pecs. The barbell is great too though, but there's just more range of motion you can get. You can like rotate the dumbbell, you can supinate and rotate that as well too though. You can pause it, you can do a whole lot of different stuff. So really just doing things and just trying out different angles here to see like if I should go higher, lower, if there's any sort of issue. And I wasn't feeling any pain or discomfort. So sometimes recovery, it's important to get blood in the area and get it moving, obviously with lighter weight, not to stress it. And that's kind of been my recovery method for a lot of stuff. So even here on the flat fly, sometimes I'll do a flat incline depending on where I'm at, sometimes decline, but I was really feeling flat today and didn't feel any issues here. So just getting blood in that area, sometimes it's enough to just get everything moving, stimulate oxygen in there, get everything firing, and, not over exaggerating. The worst thing you can do is continuing to push in injury, because eventually it's going to, the straw that breaks the camel's back, it's going to be, potentially more devastating than it would have been. So really just taking my time and just not accepting, I don't need to be the strongest I am at all times. Sometimes you can take a few steps back, get some variety, and I really do enjoy that Swiss bar for close grip bench, and I've been using it on my OHP day where I normally would do the barbell, but now I can do the Swiss bar and get a good amount of reps in there. And it's a nice, the way the grip is, a better emphasis on the triceps, kind of not taking the pecs out of it though, but just further emphasis and stability on the tricep, which will carry over to any pressing exercise you do. So I filmed a lot of these hypertrophy sets just because with the third video coming up, there's just not as much content with the chest stuff. So after you get past the strength stuff, it's honestly a lot of fluff and pump, and I emphasize the hypertrophy. I enjoy it. If I was only strength training, I don't think I would do it very long. It would just be boring to me. I like doing the bodybuilder stuff. I like doing the little muscle groups. I like burning calories. I like getting a sweat up. I like doing reps, and I used to hate them. I only want to do 5 or less. On my accessories, I'll do 18, 16, 14, 12. And that's over the course of a 4-week block. So I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy mixing both. It did take time, and I don't recommend everybody to just kind of jump into strength training if you don't have a base and then adding in a bunch of accessory work. I've seen people who will, kind of half-ass their accessory work and not put any effort or try to get better at it, or add weights, reps, whatever. You're just wasting your time and spinning your wheels. Everything you do, you need to put effort into in order to be able to make progress. And a bigger, stronger body with muscle generally leads to a bigger, stronger lift. So thanks for watching, and I'm not lying. In the next video, it will be a strongman workout, kind of walk you through there. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching the latest video. If you want to help support the channel, I actually own my own wet shaving and grooming e-commerce website where everything's handmade by me. It's www.apexsoaps.com, and you can get a 10% off code using wet shaver. We've got some cool scents here. We've got some Coca-Cola scents, a horchata scent, traditional barbershop, just some really cool stuff. And you can purchase samples or you can buy the whole set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. Be quick to respond. Thanks for watching.